They run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 15 at the 14-yard line.
Tight, 315. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Listen.
On 2nd and 15 now. Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down.
Let him know. One left.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Andy Isabella was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, here's Murray. And that is incomplete. Johnson the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
at the 11-yard line. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop. Now you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Yo, Mike 50, Mike 50.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. This one caught by Isabella. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing now is Murray. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Ezekiel Ansah picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
If you rank one from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, one from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 of 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Murray with a 3rd and long. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And his kick is good. And they add on to their first quarter lead. It's now 13-0. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On second down, Lynch. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. So after the run by Lynch, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A carry now for Lynch. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check.
They go with Lynch right side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A run here with Lynch. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson, setting up the screen for Miller. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They run. Lynch. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. 380. Let's go, D.
The 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Buying time to his left. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Flush to his right. Able to find Isabella. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Murray now to throw. He finds his man Johnson, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The pickup there, 5 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kyler Murray with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but
you don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On third down, Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. He's going to get this out to Marshawn Lynch. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
I got you. Hey,
Wilson now from the gun on third down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker Jordan Hicks. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days,
probably nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing on second and long. Murray. Wide open receiver complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing on first down is Murray. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Tyler Lockett was the target there. But it's going to be second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Final play of the half. It's Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 27. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. Forced out to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. Open man is Gordon, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
Check 50.
On 1st down, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, that's complete. It's Gordon. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. From the gun, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. He can run, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Myers connects on the PAT, and that cuts this lead down to 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll They'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. Andy Isabella was the intended target. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Lynch. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. First down, the run with Lynch. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson eluding the pressure right.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf, he's got it. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. From the shotgun, Wilson steps away to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Block that.
Wilson will throw again. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. He may try and run for this. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. They had it first and goal. 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Buying time to his left. He'll run it. Murray has the first down and more. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Here's Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Extra point up and through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Single.
From the gun, Wilson forced out to his left. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
15. Watch the slant.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, and an alley to run. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this with both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Wilson throwing again. He completes this into the hands of Miller. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He can run for it, and he will. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 16.
Nice thing. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch time. Tight end right.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. I got it.
Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray, this one caught by Isabella. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a game of 11.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bobby Wagner, the former 2nd-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Returnable for Lockett. A great return there of 22 yards. Now the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
58 to Mike.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
58 to Mike.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson flushed out right. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.